Some reunions are simply meetings between people who once shared the same journey. But there are also reunions powerful enough to make an entire generation relive memories they thought had long been buried. 101's appearance at KCON LA 2026 on August 14 belongs firmly in the latter category. 8 years after the group ended its activities, 9 101 members once again stood together on the same stage. Kang, Daniel and Kuanlin were unable to attend, but their absence did little to diminish the impact of the moment. Instead, the sight of 9 members reunited was enough to transform the KCON LA stage into one of the most anticipated reunion performances among K-pop fans. What makes the occasion even more meaningful is that 101 did not return merely for a symbolic appearance. The members actually performed some of the songs that established the group's identity, including Energetic and Boomerang. Melodies once associated with 101's peak years echoed across the venue again, but this time they carried an entirely different meaning. Memories of the past were placed alongside images of the artists they have become today. 8 years is long enough for a group to become a memory. In the K-pop industry, 8 years is an enormous amount of time. New generations of idols can emerge, the music market can transform, and audiences' tastes can shift dramatically. For a group that disbanded years ago, maintaining its original popularity is therefore extremely difficult. 101, however, appears to be an exception. As videos of their KCON LA performance spread across social media, fans quickly expressed their excitement. Many netizens focused not only on the nostalgia of seeing the members together again, but also on their impressive performance skills. One comment praised all of the members as outstanding performers, emphasizing that there was not a single weak link in the group. Another expressed amazement at how much the members had grown, noting that the young men fans once knew had now become adults. For many viewers, the reunion felt like unexpectedly encountering a piece of their own past. That may be the most fascinating aspect of 101 today. Fans are not simply watching a group reunite, they are watching the passage of time through familiar faces. The power of Energetic goes beyond nostalgia. If nostalgia were the only factor involved, the reunion might have created an emotional moment without necessarily generating such a powerful response. What makes 101 different is that the members still have the ability to transform memories into a genuinely energetic performance. Energetic and Boomerang are not simply old songs being performed again. They represent important milestones in 101's career. When those songs are performed by the very artists who originally made them famous, audiences experience the feeling that an entire chapter of K-pop history has suddenly been reopened. That is also why the performance resonated so strongly online. Fans were not merely sharing a music performance, they were sharing a collective memory. 101 is proving something important about project groups. 101 was originally created as a group with a limited period of activity. That temporary nature once made fans fear that, after the group ended, the memories they created would gradually become nothing more than fragments of the past. The 2026 reunion, however, offers a different perspective. A group can end its official activities without necessarily disappearing from the public's memory. If its music is powerful enough, its members remain influential, and fans continue to feel connected to what the group represented, its legacy can survive for many years. 101 is now a clear example of that phenomenon. 101GO, Back to Base, paved the way for the reunion. The KCON LA performance was also not an entirely unexpected event. Before appearing at KCON LA, 101 had already reunited through Mnet's reality program 101GO, Back to Base, marking the group's return to activities 8 years after disbandment. This makes the KCON LA stage even more significant. It was no longer simply an isolated appearance designed to satisfy fans. Instead, it became part of a broader series of activities suggesting that the members are once again exploring opportunities to work together. Of course, this does not necessarily mean that 101 will return as a permanent group with all of its original members. Each member has developed an individual career in different directions. Some have continued pursuing music, while others have expanded into acting, television and various solo activities. Yet that is precisely what makes their reunions even more valuable. What fans really want is not the past to return. One of the most revealing reactions from netizens was the hope that 101 would continue performing together, even if only occasionally. That may be the key to understanding the group's enduring appeal. Fans do not necessarily demand that 101 return exactly as it was in the past. They do not need time to move backward. What they want is the opportunity to see the people who once formed an important part of their youth standing together on stage a few more times. And that could ultimately be the most suitable future for 101, not trying to recreate the past, but turning that past into a legacy that can continue. KCON LA 2026 was therefore more than just a special stage. It was a reminder that some groups may finish their official journey without ever truly disappearing. 8 years have passed. The members have grown older, their careers have taken different paths, and K-pop itself has entered entirely new eras. Yet when the opening notes of Energetic played and 101's members stood together once again, those 8 years seemed to disappear. Perhaps that is the true power of a group that has left a lasting mark. They do not need to be active continuously to remain remembered. Sometimes, one perfectly timed return is enough for an entire generation to remember how deeply they once loved that music. And if 101 continues to appear together from time to time, each reunion may become more than simply another special performance. It could become a meeting between artists who have grown into new versions of themselves and memories that, somehow, have never grown old.